Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the C.D. Racula Show. Today's show will be taking a look at the 1978 film Invasion of the Body Snatchers. You already know I love me some 70s horror, and this late 70s classic sci-fi horror film was one of the best. This was, of course, a remake of the 1956 film with the same name, and this is a rarity, in that I feel like this 1978 remake was better than the original film. I mean, how often is the remake better than the original? Come on, guys. Not very often, I'll say. This, to me, is the film people think of when they think of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and with darn good reason. The plot of this film isn't that complex, with an alien species that kind of resembles like some sort of gooey aloe vera drifting through space. Okay, in search of a new home. They find it in Earth and turn themselves into pretty pink flowers that are a bit more than they seem, as the aliens slowly take over and replicate their human hosts, oozing from pods. The aliens are now the exact physical replica as their human hosts, but they now have no emotion. I know quite a few people who have no emotion in real life as it is, so it'd be hard to tell if they were pod people, as we call them, or maybe they actually are pod people. Who knows? And frankly, who cares? I couldn't help but keep thinking as I was watching the Invasion of the Body Snatchers film about the book The Puppet Masters by Robert Heinlein, written in 1951. It's very similar to this, with aliens controlling human bodies. Only in the Puppet Masters there are slugs riding the backs of humans and directing their actions. Pretty cool, pretty sinister. I really like the way I really feel there is no way that the Body Snatchers in 1954, written by Jack Finney, and the subsequent spin-off films from that novel, including this 1978 film, weren't at least somewhat influenced by Heinlein's The Puppet Master novel. Either way, The Puppet Masters is a good idea and a really good read. I know I'm drifting away here from the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but I do feel like another film uses a similar concept to this, and that film is The Faculty. Oh, I really need to review The Faculty, don't I? Let me jot myself a quick note here, and then I'll get back to the Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Note to self. Review The Faculty, and there's been some weird noises coming from the radioactive waste dump behind the house. Lots of yelling and screaming. Remind me to check that out tonight. This film's cast was absolutely epic, that's for sure. With Donald Sutherland, Brooke Adams, Jeff Goldblum, oh, he was in The Fly, and rounding it out with Dr. Spock himself, the one and only Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy was also a doctor in this film, and tricky little alien replicant to boot. My favorite part of this film, and I think most of you will agree, is how a broken pod accidentally produced that half-man, half-dog hybrid thing with the little beard. Absolutely hilariously rando. So rando. The weird part of this film, I always thought, is that the aliens took over the human host. They came to Earth to take over the host. But they don't do anything different, really. Like, they still wear the same clothes, and they walk around at the same job, it seems like. Like, at least do something cool besides just be normal humans and have no emotion. I was watching a video on Night of the Body Snatchers earlier, and someone commented, would be so scary to live in a world where the only living human, and, you were the only living human, rather, and everyone else was aliens. Now, I, on the other hand, don't think it would be scary, but it sure as heck would be lame. Like, did they still go watch football, just not cheer? I don't know, it just seems dumb. Like, walk around naked or build flying saucers. Just do something alien and cool. The only thing different that they do is scream bloody murder if they see a regular human, which they do on multiple times throughout this film. Other than that, it's just the same old, just more boring human stuff. I did love the scene of the people being pushed out of the pod. Oh, that was totally creepy for sure, totally weird. The ending scene was something to behold, and I think this pushed the film over the top. And is something that you will never forget if you watch this movie. I am not going to spoil it for you, not this time at least. I really do want you guys to watch these films that I take a look at. If you haven't already, most of you guys have already watched this film, I know. I really like this film, and I'm going to give it sufficiently deserved marks on the old Scarometer. Great film, totally classic. I would like to thank you for joining me here on the C.G. Racula Show, and if you or your alien replicate, it doesn't really matter which one, could push the subscribe button, I would be most grateful, of course I would. Please join me next time as I take a look at the 1990 film Misery. Oh, anything based on my boy Stephen King is going to get juicy. You know that. So, till next time, my dears, if your neighbor starts acting a little weird, you probably should investigate whether they're actually an alien before you go chopping their heads off. But be sure to keep your axe sharp either way. Just a little tip. Just a tip. Oh, see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.